Hello, Bl'Artagnan here with Advent of the Dragon King, the Garnet Bahamut Shinryu fight raid. We got a team of Soothes, Edward, and Vaughn. Before we get too deep into it, be sure to hit the like button on that video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, leave a comment down below talking about how awesome that shell call is. Or whatever you want to talk about, I guess. The reason I use the shell call there is it's actually kind of, sort of critical to what I end up doing. Because we wanted to get that Edward EX charged immediately. Normally it takes a couple of Edward turns before we're quite ready to hit that EX, and that EX is going to be an important pieces of our strategy, because as you're about to see, Soothes, good at a tank as she is going to get wrecked if she has no support there. So Edward's going to help us out there quite a bit. Gonna hit him with that lullaby so we don't get killed and have a chance to recover. Vaughn is here, of course, doing the damage, and so between the two, the three of them, we have kind of the classic, tank DPS support core, I guess, although core himself is not making an appearance. So we got going on here, we got a Brave Floor on the enemy, we got, the debuff attack, they raise their own attack, they do all sorts of mean, nasty, ugly things. The crystals apply a big Brave regen to the party, framed, which is kind of annoying. And that's where Edward comes in, because he is going to be using his stacked EX buff, which we finally got up to 3 stacks, to turn off their battery, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to do our thing. His sleep also kind of gives us the room we need to mess around with stuff, but I figured this way it's nice and kind of comprehensive. Even if they get out of sleep, don't have to worry about them just like, rando killing Soothes. Soothes, of course, just good here. Most of their big attacks are magic, and so she absorbs those, and she has 3 targets, so her traps deal a lot of splash damage. It's great. And Vaughn is great because the main target here is that Bahamut. We want him dead, and he does lots of single target damage, that Vaughn. So it should work out pretty great. Oh yeah, they resist physical damage at points during the fight. I think they have health thresholds or something, I don't know. I kind of skimmed the boss description, so I know they add some stuff that they do at different points, but I don't know, man. The important thing here is that so long as they don't kill us, we can kill them. I actually kind of like the design of this fight a lot, even though I didn't really delve too far deep into it, because there's no real bullshit mechanic stuff going on. All it really is it's a knockdown, drag out brawl. They hit you hard, you hit them hard, and you're just trying to kill them, and they're just trying to kill you. And I kind of respect, when a fight's kind of honest like that. It's just like, you know what, I'm just here to kill you, and you're like, okay, well, I'm here to kill you. Let's get down to business. None of this weird, goofy mechanical dancing kind of stuff. No weird phases, nothing goofy. You don't have to bring specific mechanics to counter their mechanics for the most part, aside from just bringing magic damage, I guess. You just need to find ways to stop them from killing you while you kill them, and that's, honestly, sometimes that's just fun, It's not just like the boss does nothing, the boss does plenty. They try to kill you pretty hard. One threshold thing that the boss does do, which I think he's going to be doing a little bit at 70%, I want to say, probably, is he's going to hit us with that Mega Flare Plus, which is a big attack with an 2-turn delay attached to it. That's going to be annoying. And it really incentivizes off-turn teams, although the off-turn teams are balanced by the sheer amount of damage they can put out. As you can see, look at that Brave that almost took us out. I'm going to go ahead now, and this is late enough in the force time. I'm going to use the Soothes BT late. I could have used it earlier. I actually probably should have set up with it, but I wanted to make sure all my other stuff was, was their buffs and whatnot. And this means I got a big burst finisher toward the end of the force time, although split on 3 targets is probably a bit of a waste. What are you going to do, right? There was that Mega Flare Plus I mentioned. The force attack is Mega Flare Plus, which I think reduces you to 1 HP, but can be mitigated by HP damage mitigation. Something like that. There we go. Alright, hit him with that Big Brother's attack. Love to see it with the Edward EX, because the thing is, the crystals are a little squishy, so you can kill them, and this is a problem if your game plan for survival is stacking a debuff on them. So we'll have to do something about that, but we'll get there. It's okay. It's all good. One nice thing about Edward is, while his stack debuff is great, he also has plenty of utility with lullaby and other stuff in the meantime. So we'll be okay, I think. Vaughn is dealing great chunky damage. Look at 3 million damage. Damn, Vaughn, calm down. Woo. Soothes, it's good. I mean, that's basically all we got going on here. It's pretty great. I think I like this fight in part just because Edward actually is relevant here and useful, and it's not just like, oh, he's using Edward because Edward's, his favorite character or something like that. He actually is a useful character here. Sure, Ash fulfills a similar role here if you want to use the Ash, take the Ash route if you pulled for her. Her BT also turns off battery and doesn't require to maintain a stacked buff on them. But I don't know, I wanted to use Edward here. Maybe I'll do an Ash run later, who knows. I might do that. But yeah, the enemy has done their force time, which is, it's a little scary, a little annoying. They lower your Brave gain and your Max Brave, as you can see with Edward rocking the like 27,000 Max Brave, something like that. And that's why we're gonna let this play out. We're gonna let them. Luckily it's only 6 turns and they have 3 enemies, so that makes it really easy to let them chew through it. They also, I think, reduce our Brave damage. It makes it a lot harder to kill them during this time. Could be cancelled with a fairly simple water and lightning force attack. So, I mean, Garnet Base Call basically does that if you have a EX on a non-elemental FR. But who needs to cancel? Just let them play it out. That was a brain fart, by the way. I forgot that Vaughn doesn't have an instant turn FR for some reason. And so I was like, oh, I don't want Vaughn to go into force time before this guy's attacked, because then I'm going to go into the burst phase after the force time, and that's not what I'm doing. Vaughn can't do that. So here we go. Now we get to actually set things up properly. I should have done it last turn, knowing that you would immediately take a turn and be out of the force time, but whatever. Close enough. Here we go. Into the force time. Rapid Chase. Machina making an appearance. Also a very good character. There we go. Into the sky. And we're going to be... The game plan here is, so sub 40%. Once you get below 40%, a couple of things happen. One, he does the Megafoot thing, but the scary thing that he does is he actually sets the crystals to, he enables them to use a self-destruct move, which basically is they just do a giant battery, kill themselves, and blow you up in the process. Now with Edward here, it's not really an issue, because we can turn off the battery, but I don't know, man. I don't really want to have to deal with that, so we're just going to kill him in Vaughn's BT phase. Because if you can, why don't you, So, without further ado, into the burst phase. Now, at this point, another thing is, I want to say in the Chaos or Lufania, one of the two, I feel like I remembered having to kill the crystals along the way. I think in the Lufania you had to kill the crystals too. And so I decided, well, we'll do a little mix it up here. A little bit of Red Spire, a little bit of White Whirl. We're going to be trying to splash damage our way to victory here, because I'm pretty sure we can kill Bahamut within the burst phase. And so if we can do that, we'll also splash damage onto the crystals. That'll make killing the crystals easier. That was my thought process behind kind of the different skill choices I had here. Different things I did. With the launchers, we're doing great damage. You're chunking them. I'm pretty sure we still have the Cell's BT effect going, right? Yeah, we do. Hell yeah. That's that raised HP damage cap. You'll have to see it. Alright, and one more White Whirl, just getting that splash damage. And I was a little nervous that we wouldn't kill Bahamut, which would be really inconvenient. But it's okay. Oh, yeah, one thing as we finish this off is I used the Edward Sleep and in order to make sure that Celes doesn't get rocked by a bunch of threshold attacks if we came out of here. Or right before we went into it. Anyway, don't want to miss that HP requirement. Thank you for watching, though. Kind of bumbled my way through it, but hey, we got here. We got the W, that's the important thing. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.